All right, hello and welcome back everybody to hopefully another exciting video. Today I wanted to take you on an inside look on how Nest videos are made, why they take so long, and all the work that goes into them. I recently, or for the next few weeks, I'm gonna have the chance to, the good old exciting opportunity to do full edits myself now. First quarter is always a little rough with tax season, so I don't have as much extra funds to throw at outsourcing the more monotonous bits of this with Scribble and Kev, so not a big deal, I understand. But instead of asking for funds, which I know are kind of tight for a lot of people right now, I'm just more asking for understanding. And if you don't really care, then this is just something that hopefully will just shed some light on the whole process. And or if you're another aspiring content creator, maybe this will give you some ideas for your own process as well. So what I do here is a bit more time consuming than just cutting stuff up and putting it out. I can normally, well, let's take things one step at a time and then we'll go through it. So obviously the first stage of any of this is recording the footage. That'll be on the spot during streams usually. I use NVIDIA's Shadow Play, which right here, and then I have the instant replay feature. I have it set personally right now to 3 minutes. This is normally for prog, so that I can, one, get clips for figuring out strategies because we like doing things blind. And then once we finally get kind of more into it and I'm just looking for gags or funny clips, I'll lower this down so I don't have to edit through quite as much. Usually to about 2 minutes, because that's how long it takes me to remember that I need to clip something. If I'm feeling extra daring, I'll go down to 1:30 or a minute. Anyway, if you want to use that tool, that is up to you. It's up to your discretion. We're currently still progging M7. So it's at 3 minutes there, but it's a really good tool, really handy, and I highly recommend it. Otherwise, I would use OBS like I'm recording right now to do long form stuff, but that takes a lot longer because not everything's a tuber, you know what I mean? Not every clip is a clippable moment. So Shadow Play helps me keep that, even if it is a little bit more strenuous on the hardware. So once the recording is done, I organize it all. So we're gonna go in here, M5S. I've got everything sorted chronologically so that we don't have anything out of order. Control A there, right? Oh, rename M5S, give it a little space, hit enter, and then down here it'll label everything numerically, and then that'll give me a more better reference for what clips I'm actually working with. And then you drag these in here. Right now I'm working with Zelenia, or Legally Distinct Beatrix EX. I have the same thing here. Drag it into the footage, have a different folder to keep things nice and tidy, and then drag those in here. I don't know why these are all out of whack at the moment. Oh, they're all reversed. Anyway, doesn't matter. So once that's all done, go through the first edit, and I do a really loose edit, and that becomes the director's cut. So things that may have nothing to do with the actual fight, just funny conversations, I leave in there. Anything that has any sort of entertainment value. After that, well, first I'll say that the director's cut for this one was about 58 minutes. So about up here, almost an hour long. Cut all that stuff out, and then we have a much more refined version here. If you guys are interested in the director's cut, seeing all that extra content, it is up on Patreon. It's my way of giving back to those of you who have financially supported the channel. Not trying to pay gate. Once I came up with Patreon, I didn't know what to offer as rewards, so director's cuts was one way to give back. It was not something that I took away from people. It's something that I came up with after the fact, so don't be mean to me. In any case, after that, I will go through and make a much more refined cut, like you guys saw, cutting it down to about 38 minutes now, so 20 minutes this time. And then I will have music playing at the same time. So I don't know if anybody has actually noticed this, but I use the music because I used to do this in reverse. I used to add the music after the fact, and it made the pacing really weird. So I'd be happy with the pacing of the edits, and then I'd add the music, and then everything felt really off. So doing it now, I can make the edits on the beats or off beats so that the music is basically dictating the flow of the video. It feels a lot better, just trust me on that one. So that's the next step of that. So 2 passes of editing. Normally that will take me really depends on how much raw footage goes into. For an EX that normally takes about our normal 3-hour raid day, maybe into the 2 days mark, that'll be 2 to 5 hours of footage, maybe. Probably less, considering that I'm not recording every single second of those. But then when we get into the raids that span 2 or 3 weeks, I think M5, for example, took us a couple weeks. That will be closer to 5 or 6 hours, sometimes more. I know the UCOB took us a long time, and that had like 8 hours of footage or something ridiculous like that. So first pass normally takes the longest just because I'm listening through everything, making sure like what I keep, what I don't. Then it's a matter of what I'm cutting, making sure that the cuts are on the right spots. And then I start going into the assets, basically zhuzhing it up into the Nest video that you guys know and love. First thing is the text box. Make sure I have all these things saved. DaVinci Resolve, which is what I'm working in, has these power bins, which let me basically keep a bunch of files that are basically snapshotted in time. So if I took this here and dragged it up here, it would save all the position and size information that I have right now, and then I can reuse that in every future project without having to save as projects and like keep copying them to do the same thing like I did with Premiere when I was still working on that lovely program. But then the next thing is making sure that listening through again to figure out when people are speaking and what speaker I want to highlight. So I'll have a general placeholder. I've already done this part. This took putting the characters in took about 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours, because it's like going back through, making sure that it's exactly when the person starts talking, who am I going to highlight, all that stuff. It's a long process and we're doing it over 38 minutes here. Shorter videos obviously take less time. And then with that placeholder data, I'll go in here, go to the characters that I have, and we've got all our raid members. And like you see that I've done this. This took a lot less time today. I have time to record this right now. I started at about 10 today, and I was done at around 2. So, and that was taking breaks in between to eat and all that stuff. So I was able to have a pretty chill day and get a good milestone out of the way. Nice rhyme. So I'll go through, and there's a special feature both in Premiere and in DaVinci Resolve where I can take this and immediately just paste it onto the layer that I'm doing. So if I selected this one, then my guy would be down there. I have it selected to be, it's like paste from bin, paste from media pool. It's one of those things. So you select this here, and then, or let's see, if I wanted to change Keaton into Mark. Oh, we're still selected. If I wanted to change Keaton into Mark, then I'm still saving all that data. All these avatars are clipped in a Photoshop file, so they're all exactly the same size, they're all relative to each other. So that whole process is a whole other thing. But I basically get to go through all these things and figure out, all right, who's speaking now? This one's a lot faster because I can just keep skipping through. I'll start to listen. Okay, that's Raya. Oh, that's Jesse. Okay, that's Mark. And then just go through and just clip, cut, paste every single time, and all the way through. The next thing that you'll probably notice is that I use color coding. That comes into play right now, where I've got general text. Don't really need to mess with this too much. It's just nice to have it there. I will, what's nice in DaVinci Resolve is that I can do this, and I am a big doo-doo baby pants. Drak is so cool. All that stuff. And you see it shifts it up, whereas in Premiere, I would have to recenter it. It keeps that center, and if it looks off at all, I can still adjust it. But I like the fact that I don't have to go in here and change this like I did before. So that's been a huge time saver. So we'll just keep that as a placeholder text for now. And yeah, so I will, unfortunately though, what doesn't happen in Resolve is that I can't really layer text into a single asset. If that doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. But basically I have to put the speaking text and the name text in different layers. So that's this one right here. I just dragged it from the power bin onto here, so it's the proper location, and then change it to Keaton. Then I will copy that, and then Keaton is the kind of pinkish purple. So then I'll go through, kind of go back here, line it up, and then I'll paste. You see I've kind of done that a lot here already. And the nice thing about this from like older programs is that I don't have to make a new text box every single time. These are all instanced, so I can, Keaton being honest here, does not affect any other text here. Only if I, even if I copy and paste here, it'll still say, I'll say my face on there. There we go. Did not change Keaton's original. No fallacies. It's very consistent. So, but then if I wanted to switch it over to me, Drak here, got the teal. So I go up here into the video. Got to select the right thing here. Make sure that's lined up. Go Drak, and then I will copy this, zoom out a little bit, and then every time I see my face there, I can just put Drak. I've already done this a few times here. Then right, oops, went a little too far. There, skip over ahead a little bit right there. Boom, boom. So again, not too difficult here. This is very rudimentary editing. It just takes a really long time to go through between 8 different members, making sure that it's all transcribed. A lot of people use other programs to kind of do that automatically. Very tough to do like auto transcription when 8 different people are talking. So I would need some sort of like AI model to go through and discern each person's voice, but I would also make sure that everybody's comfortable with me using AI and their voices, because you never know what they're going to use that stuff for. It's already out on the internet, but I don't like to assume. So as much as I want to streamline this process overall, I got to think ethically as well. Or I like to, anyway. And then I'll do the exact same thing for every other member. Again, super time consuming, not particularly difficult. And for that reason, just because this takes so much time to do just these basic things, I don't really get the chance to flex editing muscles or learn new tricks or anything. So if you kind of look at my stuff and, oh, you're not really improving, my focus is more on making this as efficient as possible, because this is what everybody enjoys, and I want to continue making as much as I can of these for you guys. I'm improving in different ways, also working on my tabletop script. So I've been splitting up my days between that, editing, and my family time. So taking my personal improvement all goes towards streamlining that process, not necessarily. If you want really well edited stuff, go check out Denmo McStronghuge. He's awesome. Fantastic other 14 content creator. Really chill guy. Like that guy. He's awesome. Love him. And then finally, of course, it's listening through everything and making sure that I am typing out exactly what everybody says. So I don't have my headphones on, but I've watched this enough where I know she's yelling at me to get out of your cutscene or whatever. Gosh, I'm gonna have to learn how to type again. That's why Patreon support is always appreciated, and it goes a long way. I think people realize exactly how much it helps, because our YouTube channel is still growing and ad revenue doesn't quite do it yet. So if that's what weeds me out ultimately, then so be it. I'm really glad you guys have been enjoying the shorts, though. That makes me very happy that you're appreciating, even though the most popular one is me getting nuked into oblivion by Hans, the lethal Moogle, but whatever. I'm happy if you're happy. Hey, Future Drak here. I totally forgot to mention a big part of the modern process of these videos, and that's the collaborative effort, and how Scribble and I work together in order to do that. So first and foremost, we both have to be on the same editing program, so we both use Resolve. And then what I'll do is that after I do the director's cut, then I do the clean cut, I will normally mute the music track so that she can hear the audio or the dialogue a little bit better. I'll go over here and export a really low resolution version of the video. So normally the lowest that I can do right here is the 720 by 480. Sometimes there are other codecs up here that are meant for like X or what have you, just things that are a little bit easier to upload, lower file size, because otherwise I'm uploading a whole bunch of footage, just gigabytes of footage just to have the timeline or the project readable on her end. So I'll export just a compressed video to her. I'll let her know exactly what the resolution for the actual timeline is. She'll work in that. The video will look a little fuzzy, but the audio will still be there. And the whole point is to just line up and accurately transcribe everything that's going on, the characters and what they're saying. So since that's all we need, it's a really streamlined way to get the footage in her hands without literally giving her every single clip. And then what she'll do is she will save that project that she's working in and then send me the projects. And what the project does is it saves, since all this stuff, the characters and whatnot, are all saved within the project itself. I just open it up, copy the first 4 layers here, or sometimes 5 or 6, depending on if she's making any comments or if we've got the little censorship nutkin in here. That normally takes up a little bit more space. And then what I'll do is I'll copy that, paste it on top of, making sure to keep it lined up, on top of my own footage. And then I'll go through and make sure that the spelling's correct, or that nothing, because even though we spend so much time on these, it's really easy just to make a little slip up, and then our brains kind of autocorrect things. So even in my pass, any errors can kind of slip through the cracks, and same thing when I do it on my own. Normally I'll post it on Patreon for early access, and so I'm just like, you missed a thing. Then my brain is just like, dang it, and I take it down and put it back up. So might go through a few passes to make sure every little thing's in order. But that's the other part of that process, is making sure that we're on the we're working on the same thing, and it doesn't break anything up, and it doesn't take as much time as it would to upload every little recording and then have it come back. The only other thing is that when I bring things back in here, it doesn't necessarily, if I have like all the character art in here, it's not going to register that those are the same character arts, because it's pulling from her files. So all I would do is go into everything. It would be all red here if it wasn't linked up, and then I would relink the clips. I have them all in one folder, so that it can, DaVinci Resolve is really good at finding stuff, even if it's not in that exact folder. If it's in peripheral directories, then it'll be able to suss out exactly where those files are. And if she has anything new, she'll send it to me. I'll put it in that folder, and then it will find everything, replace it, and then everything will look exactly as it does right now. As you can see, I'm working on this here. Even about 1 minute and 24. Actually, this is the most intensive part of everything, because I'm not only stopping every bit to make sure that the expressions of each character is matching, but making sure that everything is typed out. If it's too long, then I break it up into a few different ones and change expressions as needed and all that stuff. So that takes a lot of time per minute. So probably per minute it's about 30 minutes of work, because it's just so audio dialogue heavy. See, look, just this is a minute and a half here, and just dozens of actual comments and stuff that need to be done every single time. So even a shorter video does take quite a bit of time, just to get all the little bells and whistles on there and make sure everything meticulously is taken care of. So yeah, that's the other part of it. Just wanted to make sure I threw that out there, because I am working collaboratively with people, and if you guys want to do that yourselves, then that's a way that you can do that. Just export a lower resolution, have them scale it up, work on top of it, and then send out the project, and then just cut and paste from the project. So hopefully that helps for you guys as well, if you do want to work together on these things, if you have different talents and whatnot. That's a way that you can collaborate. And that about does it. So as I've said multiple times already, not a whole lot like technically going on. It's just a process that I've developed that, even with all this streamlining, takes a long time, just because I'm doing it all manually. If I eventually can automate some of this without stepping on any toes, then I probably will aim towards doing that and start working on, outsourcing for different things. But it's all a matter of figuring out what's the best at each point in this, and currently this is where we're at. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little insight, this little tour inside what goes into the Nest videos. Hopefully I haven't ruined any of the magic that goes into watching them. Hopefully you still all enjoy it. Hopefully. It's not a word anymore. So anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you're interested in any other behind the scenes stuff, or you can check out the Patreon. Any tier whatsoever, I start posting either gags that I do or whatever, just kind of like behind the scenes stuff that normally just wouldn't make it into a YouTube video. But I typically, even if it's not asked so much anymore, I know a lot of people are curious as to why these things take so long or what goes into it. And, you know, legitimately, we did get a comment at one point early on asking, well, my raid leader uploads are clear the day after it's done or the night it's done. Why does it take a month for you guys to get to this video if you've already cleared it? So that's why a lot of you guys are commenting, oh, good luck on M7 or good luck on the next raid fight, and we're already done with it. Because you guys don't know unless you're watching the raid or the streams. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time.